The following video describes the presentation of credentials to the President of the Republic of Estonia. Before the delivery of the mandate, the ambassador will meet the Chief of Protocol to be familiarised with the procedure of the delivery of credentials. At the appointed date and hour, the protocol officer calls on the ambassador at the embassy or at the ambassador's residence. A non-residing ambassador is sent for at his or her hotel. The Guard of Honour, accompanied by the military orchestra, waits in the courtyard of the office of the President. The ambassador is transported in a limousine bearing the flag of the ambassador's country to the office of the President in Credence. The limousine stops in front of the office of the President. The ambassador, greeted by the Chief of Protocol, proceeds directly onto the carpet. The ambassador may be accompanied by his or her spouse and by one member of the embassy's diplomatic staff. The commander of the Guard of Honour reports to the ambassador. The ambassador nods his or her head in response. The military orchestra plays the national anthem of the country represented by the ambassador and that of the Republic of Estonia. The ambassador, accompanied on his or her right by the Chief of Protocol and followed by the Commander of the Guard of Honour, proceeds to inspect the Guard of Honour. The ambassador makes a short stop in front of the flag and nods to the flag. After the inspection, the commander salutes the ambassador. The ambassador nods his or her head in response. The ambassador and the accompanying delegation enter the office of the President. The ambassador and the delegation are received by the aide-de-camp to the President, introduced by the Chief of Protocol. The delegation is led from the vestibule up the steps to the foyer. Then the ambassador and the delegation are introduced to the officials of the office of the President and asked to enter the ambassador's hall. The ambassador faces the entrance of the President's office. The accompanying diplomat and/or spouse are standing behind the ambassador on his or her left. The President of the Republic enters the ambassador's hall from the President's office. The Chief of Protocol introduces the ambassador to the President of the Republic by saying in Estonian,
Austatud Vabariigi President, mul on au teile esitleda Montenegro suursaadikut tema Excellence Professor Dr. Vladimir Šegert.
After the introduction, the Chief of Protocol will signal the ambassador, requesting him or her to introduce himself or herself to the President of the Republic by saying, Your Excellency, I have the honour to present you, mentioning the letter of credence, appointing me as Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the name of the ambassador's country to the Republic of Estonia, and in case there is one, the letter of recall of the ambassador's predecessor. Let me also express regards or greeting from the head of state of the ambassador. For example, the warmest greetings and sincere regards of my President. The ambassador introduces his or her spouse and accompanying diplomat to the President of the Republic. The President of the Republic invites the ambassador and the delegation into the office for an audience. At the end of the audience, the ambassador and his or her delegation return to the ambassador's hall and the ambassador signs the President's guest book. The ambassador will be seated in the limousine waiting outside the main entrance of the office of the President. The ambassador will be accompanied by the Chief of Protocol or Protocol Officer while the members of the embassy enter the other cars. The ambassador leaves the office of the President.